Welcome back, everyone. If you're looking to absolutely crush the HashiCorp Certified Terraform Associate exam, you are in the exact right place. This explainer is basically your ultimate study plan to level up that cloud game. Let's just jump right in.
Let me ask you a serious question right out of the gate. Are you still manually clicking through cloud consoles to deploy resources? Like, really? If you are, hey, no judgment here, but we both know it's time to change that. Just to set our baseline here, infrastructure as code, or IAC, is that fundamental DevOps practice that literally eliminates all those slow, super error-prone manual setups. Instead of clicking around a UI, you're writing configuration files that you can version control, share, and just reliably execute every single time. It's a total game changer.
So here's our agenda for today. We'll quickly cover why you should get certified, break down the actual exam blueprint, look at some community study resources, and then run through a few sample exam questions. Section 1. Why get certified? Validating your automation skills. With cloud adoption exploding literally everywhere, this cert proved to employers that, hey, you actually know how to safely scale infrastructure across multiple providers using HashiCorp Configuration Language, or HCL. It's proof that you don't just know the theory. You know how to manage state securely, and you're ready to bridge the gap into those highly sought-after, automation-centric roles. Section 2. The exam blueprint and what to expect on test day. All right, here is the battlefield. You've got exactly 1 hour to tackle about 57 to 60 multiple-choice questions. The whole thing is online proctored, so you can do it right from your desk, and it's actually pretty affordable at just over $70. And the best part? Once you pass, that certification badge is valid for 2 full years. Not bad at all.
Section 3. Community study resources, specifically advice straight from the r/DevOps trenches.
This quote right here? Absolute gold. You really need to grasp the core concepts. Think about how state management and workspaces actually function in the real world. Do not just blindly memorize CLI commands from some cheat sheet, because the exam is going to throw scenario-based questions at you to test your practical understanding. Now, that same user pointed out something that should really boost your confidence. Roughly 80% of their real exam questions felt super similar to practice tests they took on a platform called SkillCert Pro. So hammering those exam-like questions, yeah, that is a massive key to success here for sure.
And the wider community totally backs this up. People heavily recommend Mohammed Saad Sarwar's mock exams over on Udemy. For the foundational stuff, you really can't beat the free full-length courses from Free Code Camp and DevOps Directive on YouTube. But listen, the absolute most critical step, actual hands-on practice. You've got to get into the AWS free tier, get your hands dirty, and start deploying and destroying resources with your own code.
Oh, and here is a brilliant pro tip from the forums. Please, never pay full price on Udemy. Always look for those monthly discount codes so you can grab those highly rated practice exams for, under $15. Section 4. Sample exam questions. Let's prove your readiness. Okay, let's start with a scenario. Imagine you're sitting at your terminal. You confidently type out Terraform destroy and hit enter. What is actually happening under the hood? Take a second and lock in your guess here. Is it A, destroys all infrastructure in the Terraform state file? B, destroys all Terraform code files in the directory? C, destroys all infrastructure in the cloud provider? Or D, destroys the Terraform state file itself? If you guessed A, you nailed it. Terraform issues destroy requests specifically for the resources it's tracking in its state file. It is absolutely never going to touch your actual configuration code files. I mean, imagine how disastrous that would be. And it won't just blindly wipe out everything in your cloud account either, only the exact things it's actively managing. Let's try something a little trickier, a syntax question. Say you're deploying 2 EC2 instances using the count meta argument. How do you correctly grab the name of the second instance? Look at these options. Which of these specific HCL formats is the actual correct way to pull that attribute? The correct answer is C. And this is a perfect illustration of zero-based indexing. Since that first instance is always index 0, the second one is always going to be index 1. It sounds like a super simple concept, right? But trust me, it is incredibly easy to get tripped up on this when you're rushing through a timed exam. All right, one final scenario, and honestly, this one is highly realistic. Let's say someone is messing with your infrastructure outside of Terraform. You create a VM with your code, but then some rogue admin goes in and deletes it directly through the Cloud Console. What on earth happens when you run Terraform apply again? Try to think like a senior engineer here.
How exactly does Terraform handle this weird discrepancy between your written code and reality? Does it A. Recreate the VM, B. Report an error, C. Remove the VM from the state file, or D. Just make no changes at all?
Yep, the answer is A. What happens is Terraform detects this as drift during its initial refresh phase. It looks at your code, sees you want a VM, then looks at the cloud, sees there isn't one, and it just automatically plans to recreate that missing resource. It wants reality to perfectly match your desired configuration. It's actually pretty brilliant.
So we've covered the what, the why, and the how in this explainer. You've seen the actual exam blueprint, you've tackled the syntax, and you know the community secrets. The only real question left to ask yourself is, when are you going to finally book that exam and permanently automate your career? Keep practicing, get your hands dirty in the code, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.